High above the Pitt campus as you're watching ACC Network Extra and tonight's non-conference matchup between Youngstown State and the Pitt Panthers. Fans ready for the start of a season, start of the zoo era here at Pitt. A lot of buzz around campus, DJs playing, Penguins dancing after making their hour-long drive. The Panthers really trying to slam home a new era, new start to Pitt basketball. Jeff Hathorn and Chevy Troutman here inside the Peterson Event Center. First game for Jeff Capel. And Chevy, what have you noticed he's already brought to the program?
You know, with the little time spent around Coach Cable, it's hard not to feel the energy that he's brought to this team. It's something that hasn't been here for a long time.
That energy is here. Capel told us he's going to be nervous. He's ready to go. You can see him on the side. You can imagine what's going through his head right now, right?
You're right, Jeff. He's looking nervous over there today.
You see the zoo has shown up. And you'll see them behind us as we get set. First tip here at the Pete between the Penguins and Panthers. It's a series that the Panthers have dominated historically. Only one time have the Penguins won this matchup. Terrell Brown jumping for the Panthers against Ola Peterson. And the tap to Pitt. Here's your starting lineup for the Panthers as they are in the home whites. Xavier Johnson, Trey McGowans, and Adese Toney, all freshmen, as the first shot by McGowans no good. Here come the Penguins the other way. Penguins starting lineup just as inexperienced. You see them in the red. And Devin Morgan making his first appearance with the Penguins after sitting out last year. Naz Bohannon is the guy to look out for, a preseason all-conference player. Ball out of bounds will be Pitt basketball. And Naz Bohannon, he's a guy right after your style. Loves rebounding, gets after it.
He's a banger. He's a physical player, and we can't wait to see what he has tonight.
3 freshmen, Chevy, in the starting lineup for the Panthers. The season opener. You don't see that very often.
The coach has a lot of trust in these guys.
Jarrett. See the passing along the perimeter. Here's the one experienced player from last year, has taken it to the hole, was Terrell Brown. Brown taps it out of bounds, Pitt basketball. And really, you can imagine what's going through some of these kids' minds. I mean, there's McGowans. He's playing high school just a couple months ago.
They know that they have to come out here and compete. They know that.
The most ever in program history to start 3 starters, and you add that Malik Ellison, who had to sit out transfer year. Youngstown State just as inexperienced, and we see Jeff Capel already. We're going to a replay to see whose basketball this is.
Speaking of Ellis, they have big expectations for him with his experience that he already has.
And he brings a leadership quality to him. He's an outgoing guy. He works really hard.
He plays both ends. You know, they say that he has a lot of skills. We're going to see that tonight.
Let me ask you, you're a guy who sat out. Yeah. What was that first game after sitting out a year? What was your energy like?
It's hard to get the engine back rolling how it was before, because with that time off, you don't know what happens in the midst of that time being off. And it's going to be tough, maybe not for him, but for a lot of guys, it's tough to restart that engine. And
it will be Panthers. You saw the replays. Will be Panther basketball inbounding right in front of the YSU bench. I'll tell you a little more about Youngstown State as we continue. They're a program trying to rebuild as well. Xavier Johnson to Toney. No score a minute in here in Pittsburgh. Opening night for college basketball. Johnson drives. Tough shot off the bottom of the rim. Here come the Penguins the other way. And Darius Quisenberry knocked away. And Dick Grote and Bill Hillgrove and Curtis Aiken got to meet.
Xavier.
Look at this. Johnson, and then wow. You see Mr. Grote. He's ready. Remember him a couple years ago in NCAAs. He got knocked down.
Oh, wow.
But you're not keeping him out.
No, he's not. He's still hanging in there with us tonight.
3-pointer no good. Rebound to the Panthers. So a few missed shots each way, as we're still looking for the first bucket of the season. Johnson drives, wild shot off the bottom of the backboard. Here come the Penguins and Garrett Covington. Covington, good look, and easy layup for Naz Bohannon. And those are the first points of the season for either side.
You can see that the Panthers are coming out here a little bit nervous. They're forcing the action, but they're not getting clean shots that they're looking for.
Hannon, sophomore from Lorain, Ohio. Ellison. It over to McGowan's. McGowan's drives, tries to dunk, and it's blocked. And out of bounds. Pitt will get the basketball. Nice block at the rim there, Chevy.
McGowan's is attacking the lane, and he's going to get. I think he's going to get a basket.
Let's take a look. He goes to drive, and coming over is Ola Peterson.
They call that no soup from when I was in school.
Good block. You were never posterized. You were always the one creating the poster, right?
Well, I had a few, but I wasn't. I was banging with the big guys, and they were stopping me. They were stopping me from making the posters.
Kenny Chukwuka into the game for the Panthers, as Brown will sit out for substitution of this one. 2-0 Penguins as Xavier Johnson drives again, and again it's blocked. And we've seen a few drives steal. And first points for the Panthers this season by Audice Tony. See Chukwuka, and they're playing some aggressive man-to-man, the Panthers are.
Yes, they are.
Kick out. Pendale Hampton shot no good. Rebound to the Panthers and Tony. Tony's just going to take it. There's the advantage of having a smaller lineup. Your forward can take it the whole way up because he's a guard.
Yeah, you're right with that comment.
Chukwuka, the biggest man in there for the Panthers. And travel on Ellison. And I think you said it earlier, nerves playing a part here for Pitt.
Yeah, they still have a couple more minutes to get settled into this game. You know, they don't look too comfortable right now, but they're working their way into the game. I think they have a couple more minutes to go.
Devin Morgan with the basketball. Antoine Maxwell in for Youngstown State. Pendale Hampton on the floor as well. 3 no good. Rebound to McGowan's. Coming in for the Panthers is Cam Davis. And Jeff Capel yelling over, settle down, gets set up in the offense. Look at the screen. Kick out. McGowan's 3 no good.
Nice drive, clean shot. Just too long.
Hampton with the rebound. Crossover by Morgan. Hampton 3. And here come the Panthers. They've got numbers. Ellison, drive, off balance shot, short. And a good save by Chukwuka, but a steal from Youngstown State.
Yeah, he had a shooter. He had a shooter in the corner he could have passed to, but they're trying to get buckets.
Morgan handoff. And Morgan, good hands there by Cam Davis. Best defensive player, arguably, for the Panthers.
Yeah, you can't play with the ball in front of him.
Morgan is going to take the 3 and miss, and rebound and a foul. First foul of the game on Youngstown State. It's 2-all, Penguins and Panthers. First game of the season here in Pittsburgh.
You see, Brad, songs are really about big life moments. Baby shower here. Big life moment.
What is in here?
Ooh, I hope it's a life insurance policy.
What?
It's a sensible gift. Protection for you and your family. Nationwide has all the tools to help you find the right coverage.
Tiny baby shoes. So close.
Makes no sense. Baby can't even walk. Should have been a life insurance policy. Plus, would have been a great song. Think about it. The lyrics, beneficiaries. Ooh, Brad, where are you going?
The unmistakable Cadillac XT4. Once again, driving is joyful. Starting under $36,000.
welcome back to Pittsburgh. It's been tough for the defense, or for the offense, maybe because of the defense. The block there, Chevy, by Youngstown State. 3 blocks for Jared Calhoun as his team is trying to establish a physical presence here early on.
Yeah, the Penguins, they're not trying to let any easy baskets come in. So they're going to be up there contesting every shot that comes around the hoop.
Jared Calhoun, a disciple of Bob Huggins. He was a student assistant with him at Cincinnati. Coached with him at West Virginia. Also played for Raleigh Massimino at Cleveland State. Turnaround, good by Xavier Johnson. First lead of the game for the Panthers.
We're going to be looking for Xavier to get going in this later part of the game.
Xavier Johnson, one of the 3 freshman starters. A substitution for the Panthers, City Endear, a grad transfer from New Mexico State.
And he also has a high motor.
Kick out. Open is Ellison. He's going to drive and slam it home.
Ellison with the boom shakalaka.
He saw that open lane and filled it.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard not to take it.
And for as much good defense as we've seen, and no one cutting off the ball there in the lane. Morgan crossover over to Hampton. Good defense from the Panthers. A runner pass, I believe, to Alex Holcomb. And the first foul for the Panthers. Ellison just a wide open lane.
You know, the Penguins, they just got caught watching. You know, nobody stepped over. Nobody took the initiative to close off that lane.
You can see the face of Holcomb there, like, what?
He was looking like he didn't want to be on that poster.
And you know
That's what it was.
And Holcomb is headed over to the bench. I'm sure the coaches will remind him.
Yeah.
I do like the way, and turnover on Youngstown State, they're not afraid of Pitt. They're coming after the Panthers.
Yeah, they're definitely not afraid. They're showing they're competing with the Panthers out here tonight.
And it is after there will be no replay, rather just consultation like old school basketball.
Yeah.
Jeff Capel, in his first game here with the Panthers. Panthers won an exhibition game here a couple days ago against Pitt, Youngstown, and Deere.
In that game, you kind of felt like you was going to feel something new from this Pitt team, and they're coming out, they're competing, and they're showing a different team than what we saw last year.
Foul on the Penguins. Donnell Cathcart. It looked like he had a lot of ball, but some shoving as well. Panthers inbounds, 4-point lead here early on. Endear. Man-to-man. We'll see mostly man-to-man from Youngstown State as well.
They like to throw in a little bit of junk defense here and there, too, to try to throw off the Panthers.
3-pointer, no good. Good rebound there by Ola Peterson. Morgan trying to work a foul. Gets it over to Peterson, who slams it home.
And he just got a poster tonight. And Deere's not going to like that tomorrow.
Peterson, a freshman from Denmark. Youngstown State wanted to add some size, and they have. And you've seen it from the block shots, contested shots. There's one right there. Good defense there from Youngstown State. Cathcart gets the ball over to Morgan. Penguins look to tie or maybe take the lead, and a foul on the Panthers before the shot.
You know, Calhoun said that he
So we see good give and go.
Wow.
See Peterson work off Chukwuka.
Yeah, he drew. You saw right there. He drew the defense and kicked it. It was clean. There was no help, and the Panthers weren't in a good position to help.
So inbounds after the foul by Johnson. The second foul on the Panthers. There's 2 on Youngstown State as well. Drive to the lane and cut off by Terrell Brown. Good defense by the big man.
It's good to see the big guys very active this early in the game.
So Johnson, McGowan's, Ellison, Tony, and Brown. Maxwell, Simmons, Quisenberry, Cathcart, and Peterson, and a three-point opportunity for McGowans.
He took the lane, took the contact, and finished. That was a nice play.
You're right. He went right up against Peterson, who's 6'9".
Yeah, he was not afraid of that drive and that contact. He was ready for it. That's how he was able to finish.
Xavier checks out, and Deere back in. And really, it's a new era here. And we keep using that phrase, or I do. But as Terrell Brown gets the tip, and it's a 4-point play for the Panthers.
If I'm not mistaken, Ellison, he got his hand on it and tipped it. That's a high-level play.
And offensive foul, hook on Maxwell. So the Panthers now opening up to a 6-point lead. Both teams struggling from the floor, but Panthers taking advantage of some opportunities.
They're also hitting the glass hard too. So like you see 1 and 2 players at least on every rebounding possession.
Drive by McGowans, knocked away, and foul on Youngstown State. Fouls on Peterson, his second. Excuse me, on Cathcart, 13, not 23.
Yeah, you see this young kid McGowan. He's attacking the lane, and he's not afraid of no type of contact.
Gowans.
You don't typically see that from freshmen.
He's the highest rated recruit to come to Pitt since Steven Adams.
Oh wow. Okay.
Steve's doing all right for himself.
Oh wow. He's a center. He's a prototypical center for the NBA. He went there, gained a lot of muscle, and he's tough. And he's one of those players that you don't see so much. You know, do all the hard work, the old school Pitt.
Crossover, high shot, no good. Offensive rebound, and a chance for a three-point opportunity for Peterson. You see him fired up as, again, Youngstown State hitting the offensive glass. Panthers a 12-6 lead. As you see, Malik Ellison put it home for 2, a 6-point lead for the Panthers.
Your team, your card. Get yours at discover.com/NHL.
Hey, I'm going to lunch. You want some lunch?
"15 schools, all on one network. A new place to call home. ACC Network, coming in August of 2019. A few months away now, Chevy. That's going to be some fun stuff. Fans are going to love it when the ACC Network launches. I mean, you're going to see Pitt like you never saw it before, as well as other ACC schools.
Yeah, it's going to be easier to catch your favorite teams.
Like you remember back in the day, even for you, not every game was on TV.
No, it was not.
Anymore.
No, it was not. The streaming services today, it wasn't like that back when I was in school.
12-6 Panthers. Ellison the crossover. Drive and misses the layup. Rebound, Youngstown State, and the push ahead stolen by Tony. Looked like for a minute Tony was thinking of driving to the hoop.
Yeah, he was trying to get the ball away from the defenders. They was coming fast.
Endear, the senior, in there with Tony, Ellison, McGowans, and Brown. There's Ellison. McGowans thinks, decides, misses, and rebound to Youngstown State. No, stepping on the end line is Michael Akuche. So it's Akuche, Peterson, Quisenberry, Covington, and Bohannon. And just when we set the lineups, they change. So Panthers back to their starting 5. We've seen an active bench, but a pretty short bench. And for Jared Calhoun, we've seen some players rotate in as well. Penguins picked 9th in the Horizon League. All the new bodies they have.
It's hard to tell what you're going to get out of new players when you bring them to the schools.
Johnson stuck down low, out to Tony.
That was a nice pass to a wide open shooter.
Good defense there by McGowan's. Ball loose. McGowan's dives, and Covington and Tony and McGowan's. A lot of bodies on the floor.
Yeah, they're definitely putting effort out there. It's hard not to see it in this era. It's definitely different than it was last year.
So is that also from the team buying in?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, you know, Jeff Capel, he's something that Pittsburgh's been waiting for since the old school Pitt days, and it's big time to have him here.
Quisenberry 2 on the shot clock, 3-pointer, around and out, and boy, you see these Penguins hitting the offensive glass.
That's what they was known for last year.
3-pointer, first of the game by Akuche.
These guys are still out here competing.
14-9 now. Johnson's going to drive the lane again and gets it to Brown. Brown can't finish as Tony got the offensive rebound. Offensive rebound again, that time by Xavier Johnson, who finishes.
Just seeing Xavier play, you could tell that his motor is still going. He's going to be one of those guys that can play all game at this level.
McGowan's is working it defensively as well as Garrett Covington makes the 2. Xavier Johnson, the kick out knocked out of bounds. Panthers a man short tonight. Jared Wilson Frame suspended for a team violation in the spring. So he's sitting out the first game. It's not an injury, just a 1-game suspension. So one of the Panthers starters out, but he's a key member of this Pitt team, Chevy.
Yeah, he's one of the leaders, and it's going to be hard when you lose one of your leaders.
Hear the zoo behind us counting down the shot clock. McGowan's fouled by Peterson, and that's 2 on Peterson.
You can see McGowan, being more aggressive, and he got a couple baskets going to the lane. He's going to keep on exploiting that.
Oleamide Peterson. So Alex Holcomb checks in. And Ole Peterson is going to have to sit for a while. He's been key for the Panthers, kind of a tone setter for them. Him and Bohannon. 16-11 Panthers. Johnson drive. Again, unable to finish, but an offensive rebound for the Panthers. Malik Ellison.
You can see the Panthers, they're sending 2 and 3 bodies to crash for them rebounds, and they're coming up with them tonight.
Handoff up top, halfway through the shot clock for Youngstown State. They like to shoot threes, but we've seen a lot of this early on, and a miss by Covington. And Covington gets it back after a mishap. This time, Kenny Chukwuka is able to grab it and secure it.
Yeah, on that last play, he was falling out of bounds. So was the person he was trying to throw it to.
So a turnover by the Panthers. Youngstown State has it, trailing by 7 here in the first half. Kick out. Chukwe, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds. Youngstown State basketball. Penguins trailing by 7 here in Pittsburgh. It's 18-11.
Ooh, Brad, check it out.
There's a variety of packages, so we can take care of any additions you want to do up here.
This could be a song about home insurance.
All right, I'll try it out.
Wait, maybe it's about auto insurance.
With Nationwide, you can save up to 20% by bundling your home and auto insurance.
Bundling home and auto. 2 songs in one. What do you call that, a crossover?
No, it's more of a mashup.
Yeah, mashup. You see, that's why we're a great band.
We're not a band.
Yes, we are. We are a band. I am in a band.
This week on Monday Night Football, 2 explosive players that can score from anywhere on the field. The New York Giants unleash rookie running back sensation Saquon Barkley.
Touchdown! You kidding me? Wow!
And Odell Beckham Jr.
Only way we gonna win this is together. That's it. Let's get it, man. Together on 3. 1, 2, 3.
As they battle the 49ers by the bay. Monday Night Football, Giants-Niners, Monday at 8:15 on ESPN.
Now, Trey McGowan's wasn't the original number 2. Look at this guy. The hair. Love that hair. Zavadkis into Troutman for the turnaround.
Oh, wow. That was a long time ago.
And then you moved down to the Peterson Event Center. And you changed your game. You started to shoot from down low while you also could dunk.
Yeah.
Chevy Troutman. Wow, how about that?
That was definitely a blast from the past. I wasn't expecting that, but it's nice to see the footage.
What sticks out about your days here at Pitt?
We just had a blue collar tradition, man. We wasn't afraid to go out there and just lay it all on the line. And you know, like, it wasn't such a pretty style of basketball, but we made it happen every game.
Hamilton made it happen there with the 3, and Pitt's lead cut to 4.
Wow, that was definitely a blast from the past.
Yeah. I'm jealous of the hair.
Yeah, my age now, it's every strain of it is important now.
Johnson tries to answer with the 3, no good, and the man who hit the 3, Hampton, with the rebound. Here comes Morgan the other way, and Youngstown State down 4. Morgan kicks a good catch. And Penguins trying to reset here. Nas Bohannon to Morgan. 10 on the shot clock. And a foul on the Panthers on Tony. That's Tony's first. It's 4 on the Panthers as Maxwell will check in for Holcomb. It's interesting how they've used Holcomb, the junior. There's a transfer. He kind of comes in and out for seconds at a time, it appears.
Yeah, they might be trying to find him a rhythm, or maybe he's just a break guy. He gives whoever a break whenever they need it to keep the team rolling.
Davis and Tony are out. Youngstown State down 4. The Penguins just shooting 32%. The Panthers 35%. Morgan looking to get on track. You see Chukwuka. Morgan from way deep. No good. Rebound to Chukwuka. Here comes McGowan's. McGowan's looking to attack. Drives the lane. Lefty.
This guy is showing out tonight. He doesn't look like a freshman tonight. I'll tell you that.
6'3" and not afraid to attack. And good defense by Xavier Johnson, and misses the dunk.
He got a little bit too excited on that one.
Hampton looked to make him pay for the 3, but here comes Johnson quickly the other way. Johnson has it stripped by Hampton off of Johnson and out of bounds. And you see the good crossover and using the lefty. And then Chevy here.
Yeah, he just looks like he got a little bit too excited, cocked it back a little bit too far, and he came up short on the rim.
We know Johnson can get up there. He's only 6'3" as well. And I don't know what's worse, that actually happening or when they replay it in the film.
I would say it happening first, because if you don't make it, it takes a lot of energy out of you. But I'm not afraid with this guy's gas tank. He has a high motor, and I'm sure it's going to last all game.
And a turnover by Covington. You see the frustration. Shamil Stevenson has checked in and played some very limited minutes, maybe a message being sent in the exhibition game, and now a chance here for Stevenson to establish himself as part of this rotation.
Yeah. We're looking for Stevenson to do some.
An offensive foul on Brown.
Yeah, we're looking for him to show his experience from last year. He was a main player.
All right, Chevy, let's be real. Back when you were playing in the Big East, was that a foul?
There was never no fouls back then. you just.
Let's look at this. Look at this. Now he's setting up. I guess he hooks a little.
A little, but nowadays you never know because sometimes they call the hand stuff and sometimes they don't. And that one, I don't think that was a foul.
Hampton misses and rebound to Ellison. Eli Goma checks in for the Panthers center, and Ellison drives and dunks. And a technical foul on Ellison.
No, I don't agree with that. Jeff, I don't agree with that.
Jeff Capel trying to calm everybody down. Let's take a look.
Yeah, this was a clean play, nice dunk. You know, with the momentum, you don't want the players just coming, flinging themselves off the rim. You want them being able to come down safe. And I think that he did it right. He came down straight. He came down safe with no injuries. That's a clean play. I don't agree with the technical foul.
How many times did you agree with officiating?
It was far in between.
22-15 Panthers. Opening game of college basketball. We're here in the Peterson Event Center. Jeff Hathorn and Chevy Troutman. Panthers and Penguins, each team with 8 wins last year. Panthers riding, if you count back to last year, a 19-game losing streak and a foul on McGowan's. And Natives getting a little restless here with the officiating.
Yeah. You know, speaking of back in the day, that wouldn't have been a foul. They would have let that play roll. But then again, you got it.
That was close. Quisenberry with the basketball for the Penguins, trailing by 7. Only 5 on the shot clock. Quisenberry deep, high arcing 3, no good. Offensive rebound to Youngstown State, but a shot clock violation on the Penguins.
You can still see that both teams are nervous. She's saying air balls, backboard shots. They're still not settled in.
2 of 12 from 3. 2 of 13 now after that miss. This team with 6 fouls, so bonus coming. Eli Goma now a foul on the Penguins. Covington with his second. Covington, 6'5", sophomore. And Eli Goma to the free throw line, an opportunity to score in his first game of the year. And missed the free throws. One of the things that was lacking a little in the exhibition game as well.
Yeah, he's just coming in the game, and he doesn't touch the ball that much, so he's still trying to find his rhythm. Those are always tough free throws when you're first getting in the game and getting fouled.
Nice defense there by Stevenson. Had to guard 2 guys in a row. Played some solid defense. 3 from the corner, no good. And rebound to Tony. Comes McGowan's pushing. McGowan's to the rack.
This guy is continuously showing out. He's making that number 2 look proud.
That's what it is. It's the number 2 magic. Drive to the lane and a foul on Johnson, his second. And we got a technical foul on the Panthers as well. The dunk by McGowan's and a technical on the Panther bench. McGowan slams it home. We'll settle it and we continue here in Pittsburgh.
Hey, I'm going to lunch. You want some lunch?
Is on Saturday night.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh. A 9-point lead for the Panthers as Jeff Capel is a little calmer in the huddle as we see a technical foul, the play down low, and a foul on Johnson. Capel doesn't like it. He's out on the court, and a technical foul there on Capel. And the bench, I don't think it was anything those guys said. I think it was all on the head coach, and really that's what you want, Chevy. The head coach needs to take care of that stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, the coach, he sees the clean view of that play, and one of the most difficult things is to see a referee call a so-so foul against a good defensive play.
It's interesting to me as Hampton misses the first tee. I mean, you played for Jamie Dixon. I don't know. I mean, he walked on that court more than most players.
Yeah, I don't think that he's supposed to come out that far.
That may have been a bit far.
Yeah.
See Jeff Capel. So first half of the first game, he gets a technical foul. 24-16, and now to the line is Quisenberry for 2. Both teams struggling. More on Youngstown State. 6 of 25 from the floor. As that shot is no good, so just 2 of 4 from the foul line there on that opportunity. Lead cut back to 7.
You know, Jeff, they always say the ball doesn't lie.
Hasn't lied from McGowan's, who drives again, and a foul call. Bohannon picks up the foul, his first. And McGowan's. Who's the best driving guard you played with, Chevy?
You know, coming through Pitt, there was a lot of guards, and not all of them were pretty much fearless. You know, it was just part of the culture. You know, starting back with Brandon Knight. You know, he started that tough, gritty guards driving to the lane and not being afraid of the big guys down there.
Second free throw miss. So Quisenberry with the basketball as the Penguins trail by 8. Three-pointer from Maxwell, no good. Rebound to Eligoma. Endear for the Panthers. So a bunch of first-year players for the Panthers. You may recognize Shamil Stevenson and Eligoma. McGowan's 3, no good. Rebound to Youngstown State. Try to give you a little bit more info. A good move by Quisenberry. The high arcer, no good. He ends up with his own rebound. Three-pointer missed by Hampton. Quisenberry again from 3, and another miss. And a high pass for Stevenson, just a little too high, maybe a little too aggressive there from the Panthers.
Yeah, you saw that the Penguins are not afraid to shoot threes. The coach joked about his team maybe possibly getting 50 three-pointers up tonight. I'm curious to see if that's going to happen.
Well, so far, they've put up 18 and just made 2. Drive to the lane, shot no good. Offensive rebound by Youngstown State. Bodies on the floor. That went from the knees. And Youngstown State somehow comes out with it. I don't see a lot of shots from the knees.
No, that's something that you see on YouTube.
You may have seen it again if he would have made it.
Yeah.
Hampton. He'll step back and hit the 3. Yeah. So the third 3 of the game made. 19th attempted by Youngstown State, and the lead cut to 5.
They're not afraid to shoot the 3. You can tell now.
Each team with the use it or lose it timeout to take yet. There's Ellison down low. Good look, but Tony misses. Grabs his own rebound and blocked by Maxwell. Another block from Youngstown State, but a carrying turnover. It's 5 blocks by the Penguins. As you see Hampton step back. He shot there.
Yeah, that's one.
And you see the other way. After the miss, Tony gets his own rebound, and the big man from behind. Inbound taken by Hampton. Youngstown State. Hampton feeling it. Misses. Chukwuka hands it off to Endear.
Panthers have to be smart with these last possessions here.
All right, so up 5 for the Panthers. Let's go into both huddles here, Chevy. First, take us to what you think Jeff Capel's telling his team right now.
I think he's going to tell his team to play smart. You know, look for an open shot because they need a bucket right now. And with the scrappiness of the Penguins, you know, trying to create chaos, I think it's going to be difficult.
All right, so let's go over to Youngstown State. Youngstown State, you come in, you're a big underdog. You got nothing to lose. You're picked 9th in your conference. You're only down 5.
Like I said again, they're just out here to create chaos and get opportunities down when they get the ball.
See Jared Calhoun with his team. Panthers shooting 37%. So Youngstown State's down 5 and shooting 21% here in this first half.
You know, that's not bad because they know that they're shooters, and they know it's going to start hitting at some point. And they're not afraid to shoot.
And that's what Jeff Capel told us before the game. His fears, sometimes these 3-point shooting teams get hot, and it can be an issue. So inbound by Ellison. He looks and tries to get it to McGowan's ball, knocked out by Hampton.
You know, the danger with a lot of these players is that a lot of them are not afraid to make mistakes. So like when you come out and you shoot threes like the Penguins are doing, like you always have a chance.
Ellison drives the lane, right-handed shot and a 3-point opportunity. Panthers will huddle up. Drives lefty like his pops and then goes righty.
They keep giving him that lane. He's just going to keep on exploiting it.
Ellison misses and ball tipped around, and it's going to be a foul on Chukwuka over the back.
You know, I don't like that call. He made a good effort. You know, the guy was a little bit far underneath the basket, and he just put his hand up.
Jamil Stevenson checks in for Chukwuka. I think he hasn't scored yet, but I think there's something that was missing to Stevenson's game that I like. I think he's playing aggressive in the couple of minutes he's gotten here in the first half.
Yeah, you know, he's facilitating the ball. He's just running the plays. He hasn't found himself in this game yet, but he still can contribute without the ball.
Naz Bohannon 2 points in this game. Free throw good. Bohannon picked all Horizon League in the preseason. He's on the all-freshman team last year. Had the most rebounds by a Penguin since '92. And Jeff Capel again talking to the officials. Ball out of bounds, and Youngstown State's going to use that timeout. You see Jeff Capel talking to his team. How much are nerves here, Chevy, you think, playing into this first half?
From what I'm seeing, both teams are still a little bit nervous. None of them are settled into a free-flowing game, and they're just making mistakes. But I can live with that right now because you can still see the efforts in both of these teams. It's going to be a tough one to call down the stretch.
Let me ask you, how long did it take until you feel, and you've played overseas for 13 years until you feel like you're into a season? How many games until you?
You know, it's different because sometimes the players don't ever gel, and they can be dysfunctional the whole season. So, like, you never get a chance to actually see your team's full potential. And then on the other hand, you get teams that gel real fast and buy into the systems. But it's always not the case. Every team goes into the season thinking that they're going to win.
Quisenberry with the basketball. 6-point deficit for the Penguins. Hampton looking to get his shot with McGowan's on him. Now Ellison on the switch. Hampton deep three short. Tipped out of bounds. And it will remain Youngstown State basketball. So they could hold for the final shot.
I like Chukwuka's energy out there. He's bringing a lot to this Panthers team that's been missing in the past.
So Quisenberry with Endear guarding him. Clock now to 8. Quisenberry. Ellison. Quisenberry deep three. Makes it. Big three for the Penguins here at the end of the first half. Cutting the lead to 3. As Youngstown State comes into Pittsburgh. A fired up Pittsburgh crowd. And able to hang in there after a big Panthers run to cut the halftime lead to 3 points.
This ball, I carried her everywhere.
I want you to know I've loved you all my life.
The final chapter of the critically acclaimed television event.
Basketball is just the ultimate addiction.
It's this monumental gathering of people that all share a love of the game of basketball.
Dig deeper. Get louder. You gotta go all the way up. The Audi 2018 MLS Cup Playoffs, Sunday on ESPN.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh. It's a 27-24 lead for the Panthers at halftime. You saw how fired up Jeff Capel was here in the first half. We'll take you beyond the script and tell you what it looks like, or show you what it looks like at a Jeff Capel practice.
System up.
We have a lot of teaching to do, and our guys are very eager and willing listeners and learners. But we have a lot of teaching to do, and that's exciting to me.
Now I'm right here in this spot. See the ball.
They're a group of guys that are hungry to be good, and I think they understand that it's a process, and we have to go through that process. And going through that process is difficult. It's challenging. It's every day having the right attitude, having the right mindset, with the goal of trying to get better and not just trying to get through. You have to earn it. You have to fight for it every day. And again, that's the mindset that we have to have.
If you watch anybody playing this new age, this new era, you know, that's kind of the game now. You know, running and gunning and getting out, playing intense, playing hard and fast. So it's definitely an enjoyable system.
Quicker.
Absolutely, it's good for everybody. I mean, you know, just having this competitive spirit each and every day, it makes us all better, and you know, it just makes us closer as a team.
I think they've had good attitudes. I think they've come to work, and as long as they can continue to have really good attitudes and accept coaching and understand that it's not criticism, it's coaching. You know, you want the best for them, and that our team needs the best from them. They'll continue to grow.
And there you see the energy from new Pitt head coach Jeff Capel. The Pitt men's basketball team has begun the regular season. They launched the Zoo Era. You can get season tickets or mini packages today by visiting PittsburghPanthers.com or by calling the Panthers ticket office at 643-7488. When we continue, a number will be retired tomorrow here in Pittsburgh. We'll introduce you to whose number it is when we continue.
Timberwolves Lakers at 10:30 tonight on ESPN. Presented by State Farm.
Hashtag Ascot Mondays, baby. Hashtag Ascot Monday.
Charles was here. Charles would do it like this. Make it an ascot.
Panthers leading by 3 at halftime. We welcome you inside the Peterson Event Center, and I am very pleased to be joined by Shavonte Zealous. Sorry, Shavonte,
okay.
I've known you for so long.
Right.
I screw up your name.
Thank you.
You are here for a very special honor we're going to get to here in a second. WNBA champion, all-time leading scorer in a season in Pitt history. What's it mean for you to be back here?
It means a lot. I haven't been here in a while, but just to be here, see the new faces, familiar faces, it's amazing. It feels like home all over again.
You are going to have your number retired. I mean, how crazy is that?
I mean, it's crazy when you think about it, especially when you never envisioned it, and actually have it happen. It's just a blessing. I'm grateful, and I couldn't do it without the staff and the teammates that I had.
What are the memories that flow when you walk in here?
You know what? The memories of the backyard brawl, the times we played Penn State, Notre Dame. It just feels like home. It almost makes me want to get back on the court and play basketball myself back here. But I know I can't. I get in a lot of trouble with that. But it just feels like home, and I'm so grateful to be back.
Well, do you remember what you looked like when you played here?
I think I was a little baby back then.
Here you go.
Look at there.
All right, so come on, some play-by-play here.
Right
Look
here.
at this
Penn
spin
State
move.
hate them. Had to get that dub against them, of course.
What lessons did you learn here that you still use in life today?
The mentality and the toughness. I think when we had Coach B and our team, she installed that toughness about us, and I think that has carried over into the WNBA. You know, once you don't realize it when you're in college, how when you get to the professional level, you're dealing with grown women. And I try to tell, the rookies that's coming into the league, listen, we're not in college. We're not, there's nobody here that's babying you to go to class, anything. You really have to be a professional. I think the one thing I definitely learned is how to grow up and be a little bit more mature about yourself.
I don't know if you've had an opportunity to talk to the team, but if you do get a chance, what are you going to tell them?
I haven't actually been able to talk to them yet, but when I do, I just want them to know to keep grinding, get this program back where it was when I left here. I know we had a slippage, a couple of years, but I think with the coaching staff that's coming in here, I see the intensity that he has and how he wants to continue to keep this program where it was when I left. So I think my message would just be continue to work hard, to continue to go out there and fight, and don't ever forget the Pitt, history, what's behind that.
One of the all-time leading scorers in Panther history, WNBA champion, got in the NCAA tournament, so many accolades, and now number retired tomorrow. Shavonte Zealous.
Thank you so much for having me.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome. We continue. We have first half highlights and stats as we continue from here at the Peterson Event Center.
This Geico ad is intended only for people who grew up in the 80s.
Renting VHS tapes is dope.
So is saving money with Geico.
And their 24/7 access to licensed agents is totally fresh.
Word. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Life happens everywhere. Like it never even happened, only happens here. The cleanup and restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO and servpro.com.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh. 27-24. Panthers with a 3-point lead here inside the Peterson Event Center. First game of the year. Jeff Hathorn with Chevy Troutman. And Really, it's been a back and forth first half. Panthers took a lead for a while, but this Youngstown State team isn't going away.
Yeah, the Penguins, they're out here being scrappy. They're causing chaos, and they're shooting a lot of threes. So whenever you're shooting threes, it's hard to stay out of the game.
Started out quickly for the Panthers. They kind of got it going after trailing 2-0 early. And Malik Ellison wide open down that lane.
Yeah, he's out here attacking the lane. He's taking advantage of what the Penguins are giving them.
Ole Peterson going the other way for Youngstown State. He flushes, and then he gets the offensive rebound and the three-point opportunity. So Youngstown State showing early they were going to battle. McGowan's, look at that crossover, Chevy.
McGowan, he keeps on taking advantage of the lane also.
Ellison dunks at the rim, but here it is. Hampton with the three, keeping Youngstown State in this. He has 8 in this first half, and then Ellison once again to the lane, finishes off the layup. Ellison proud of the workout routine in the offseason. 27-24 Panthers. You look at the field goals, a bad percentage from Youngstown State, yet they're in this game. Rebounding has been key.
I'm still curious to see if they're going to shoot 53 pointers.
They got 22. They're nearly halfway there. Only 5 attempts for the Panthers from 3. Do you want to see more here in the second half?
No, I mean, I think that they're doing a good job getting to the lane. And as long as they're getting shots close to the basket, I'm not afraid because they're rebounding.
All right, adjustments for both teams. We'll start with Pitt.
I think that they just need to keep doing what they're doing. I mean, they're coming out. They have the energy. They're playing aggressive. And they're getting what they want.
For Youngstown State?
I just think
same thing. Play the way they are, right?
Yeah, I think that they just need to come out here. I think they're going to hit some shots this half.
So the Panthers will inbounds. Ellison with Chukwuka, Tony, Johnson.
That was almost a backcourt.
The kick out Chukwuka from 3, short, and a rebound to Youngstown State. Penguins quickly the other way. Drive into the lane and a kick out. There's Quisenberry from 3. Good, and we're tied.
I told you that was going to happen.
Quisenberry, Morgan, Peterson, Covington, and Bohannon for the Penguins.
They don't look like they're going to stop shooting the three ball tonight.
And they're getting hot. They were really cold earlier on. Now they've made 5. Good look into Chukwuka, who finishes.
Johnson drew the defense. He drew the two defenders over and just dropped the ball down to Chukwuka. It was a great pass.
Jeff Capel said he wanted to see what happened if they got into a tight game, how they were going to react. Well, he's got one as Morgan in and out from 3, and another offensive rebound to Youngstown State. And after it was knocked away, controlled by the Penguins. Quisenberry for the lead. No good. And rebound to McGowan's.
The word of the night is chaos. The Penguins, they're continuously creating it.
Johnson drives the lane and blocking foul on the Penguins. Youngstown State came out firing here to start the second half. Good lookout and a wide open 3 from Quisenberry.
Yeah.
See that bench fired up. Why wouldn't you be? You're an underdog. You go down to Pitt.
Yeah, playing in this arena, it gives you an extra motivation to play hard and don't waste the opportunity of playing in this building.
Xavier Johnson made the first free throw. And 2 for 2 with Johnson. Leading scorers for the Panthers, McGowan's has 9, 8 for Hampton for Youngstown State. Spin move, Bohannon. Quisenberry just short. And again, the Penguins hit the glass, but controlled this time by the Panthers. Johnson drives. Righty shot goes down. And we're going to see an early timeout here from the Penguins. Penguins now trailing by 6. They take the timeout. 33-27 as the Panthers extend their lead thanks to the freshman Xavier Johnson.
This Geico ad is intended only for people who wear rompers.
Gary forgot it's Casual Friday. Just like he forgot to switch to Geico and save all that money.
Hey, leave Gary alone, guys. He's probably feeling pretty insecure right now.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
This is a place where we like our Bloody Marys like we like our internet. Really good.
Let's see. Welcome back to Pittsburgh. 6-point lead now for the Panthers. Youngstown State coming off the called timeout. As Panthers were starting to extend that lead. Youngstown State tied it at 27 in a 6-0 run by Pitt. Xavier Johnson leading that now with 8 points.
Yeah, I told you he was going to start. He was going to start turning it up this half.
Morgan, who hasn't been going, he drives into the lane, and offensive foul. Chukwuka gets the charge, and of course kind of counterproductive because Panthers had a break. But any doubt about that, Chevy?
No, it's the referee's call. I mean, every call that they make, it's up in the air. It depends on how the style of the game's going for the game.
And cross-court pass nearly picked off, but controlled by McGowan's. Over to Tony, and he is fouled, and falling on top of Tony is Quisenberry. Appears everybody's okay as Chukwuka comes in for his guy. So Tony goes to the line. First opportunity at the free throw line. 5 rebounds for Tony to go with his 4 points. As Quisenberry picks up his first foul. No fouls yet on the Panthers here in this half. Tony's free throw is good.
He looks settled. He looks settled. Seeing his demeanor and stuff, he's out there actually flowing with the game.
One of 3 freshmen to start the season here in the opening lineup for the Panthers.
And you can see it in the shot. It's smooth. And he follows through very well.
What kind of advantage does a lefty shot have, do you think?
I mean, they're just the opposite. They're opposite of what you notice.
And offensive foul on the Penguins, and Johnson got the worst of it.
Yeah, he got a good elbow to the midsection.
Let's see here.
Ooh.
And see a little shot kidney area.
I think that's the top of the hip.
So Johnson will go out and talk to the trainer. Endear in the game.
The funny thing about that last possession is that you always get hit where your pads aren't. Now, we don't know if he's wearing pads, but that would be the irony of wearing pads.
Endear finishes, and now the Panther lead back to 10. That run now 10-0. And another offensive foul on Youngstown State. Calls going against the Penguins now. They were going seemingly for them in the first half.
That was definitely an offensive foul. He wasn't set, and he rolled into the defender when he was trying to get around. So I'll call that all day.
See Jeff Capel in his first game with the Panthers. And how about the coaching staff they have? All of them. All of the assistants have been Division I coaches.
Yeah, I mean,
imagine being able to call on that experience.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
McGowan's drives and finishes.
They have a lot of experience on that bench.
Now a dozen in a row for the Panthers. Hampton. Deep 3 by Youngstown State, no good. And ball out of bounds off the Panthers. Bohannon looking to drive the lane, but the ball was already out of bounds. And let's look at McGowan's. He was able to use his body and just hang.
Yeah, he's up there in the air, herking and jerking around. It's hard to get a read on where he's going to shoot from. It's a little bit unorthodox. Those are the most difficult players to play against.
Hannon kicks it out. Three-pointer. That looked like it hit board from the side. And a foul on Kenny Chukwuka.
Wow. I'm not sure what happened under the basket there.
Let's look at this shot. The shot hit glass from the side. And foul there on Chukwuka. Looked like for boxing out.
Yeah, I think he sold that one to the refs.
Chukwuka now cuts off the dribble drive. Ball loose and controlled by the Penguins. And drive and score by Youngstown State Garrett Covington, ending the 12-0 run from Pitt. The Penguins now back down 10, and some full court pressure from Youngstown State, and a steal. Covington, and a near steal back by Ellison. See Donnell Cathcart with the steal. Tiba Taylor, and offensive foul on the Panthers. Panthers leading 39-29 here in Pittsburgh.
For whatever unfolds in your day, life, and world, there's AARP. Find a job you crave, protect the money you save, live life on your wavelength. Whatever your strength, AARP can get you on the way to take on the day. AARP, real possibilities.
When the game's over and you're exhausted from woo-hooing, there'll be greasy platters to grapple with, crusty bowls to do battle with, and filthy forks from friends afraid of finger food. But you can do this. You'll have the power of Maytag on your team. Now get out there and host your heart out. Maytag will see you on the other side.
Maytag, what's inside matters.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh, and you probably need a program to figure out this Panther team. You see all the new additions. You recognize the name Curtis Aiken, and it's hard to believe his son is with the Panthers. But Trey McGowan's, we've seen a lot from him with his Panther team early on. He's just a freshman from Virginia, 11 points and 4 rebounds. McGowan's, his aggressiveness, I think, is contagious with this team.
Yeah, he's bringing a lot of energy, and he's taking advantage of what the Penguins are giving him. And tonight, he's making it look easy.
Tony, Johnson, Chukwuka, Endear, and McGowan's. You see McGowan's driving and fouled. Fouled by Taylor.
There goes another lane that he just took advantage of.
So quick.
Yeah, nice move. Nice move.
He's able to say hi to us too.
He's bringing that professional step through when he brings the ball up over the defense, because when you bring it down, then they can get their hand on it.
So as a former owner of the number 2 here at Pitt, are you proud of the tradition that is being carried on by McGowan's here?
I like what he's trying to do, but it's still young in the season.
So he's not at Troutman level yet.
Well, he's a guard, so like he'd be kind of like following like behind a Levance Field, who was, I think, was the second number 2. And then what? It was Mike Young, and then who was there? I think there was one more last year.
Yeah, around here, a lot of people are trying to forget about last year.
Yeah.
Same with the Penguins, only winning 8 games. Chukwuka, a nice tough rebound. And really, Chukwuka has established himself here as the big man in this game.
Well, he's given the big man presence, and
good look and the finish by Kene.
His energy is amazing tonight. I'm starting to love this guy.
He showed some flashes of it last year. You see that talking. Good look down low. Bohannon kicks it back out. 3-pointer from Youngstown State, no good. And rebound to Johnson. Here come the Panthers. Johnson looking ahead. Endear. There's Ellison. There's Endear from the corner. And in and out. And who's there? Chukwuka. And Ellison drives and scores. And you saw it earlier, but the Panthers starting to take control here.
They're starting to show the tradition that Coach Jeff Cable is bringing to this team.
Lead now 16 Just 5 points for the Penguins here in the second half. And the other thing you're starting to see, really for the first time for the Penguins, some frustration starting to set in a little bit. And the 3 miss. Here comes Ellison. He's got Tony deep, but he kicks it back out to Johnson.
He might have got away with a little carry. But you can never tell nowadays. They kind of have like a half carry, half dribble, half step. And you can't really call it because it's not really anything full.
Ellison thought about the 3 and thought too much and moved his feet.
Yeah.
Check out this passing right here. How tough of a catch is that for Chukwuka?
Well, he has enough space, and the pass isn't too fast. I think that was a good pass by Johnson.
There's Ellison finishing in the lane. Good double pump.
The Penguins just didn't get a chance to contest his shot.
Now it's the Youngstown State team that can get hot from 3, so you don't want to write them off with 13:40 to go, but the Panthers up 16, and the one guy I don't want to see leave this game is Chukwuka.
Yeah, he's out there giving so much down low. It's a pleasure to see him tonight.
Hand off to Tony. Johnson thought about the 3. Jump step in the lane. He had no other options, had to shoot the ball. And Youngstown State the rebound. I like that little half pressure there from the Panthers. Trying to take Youngstown State out of their game a little bit.
They did just enough so that the other players could get back on defense.
Ellison, the near steal, and you could tell his emotions, and he calmed himself down. We've already seen one technical on the Panthers head coach, and he reaches in.
Ooh. I don't know. I think that's a difficult call for anybody.
Inbounds to Youngstown State, although I'm sure the Penguins fans will tell you it's 7 fouls for Youngstown and only 2 for the Panthers.
I don't think the Penguins fans likes that foul, those fouls.
And in and out, rebound to McGowan's.
He's just trying to fill up the stat sheet tonight.
It's 5 for McGowan's. Chukwuka leads the Panthers with 7 rebounds. Youngstown State with 15 offensive boards in this game.
Well, when you shoot 3-pointers, you get long rebounds, and when you know that the shot's going up, it's easier to rebound.
No shot and a travel on McGowan's.
That's a difficult thing to teach your players when you know that your teammate's going to shoot the ball. Like, it's easier to make a decision to go rebound that ball if he misses.
We're all learning about this team and this coach, and it's not hard to read on the face of Jeff Capel what he's thinking.
Yeah, he's coaching. He's coaching.
Ball knocked out of bounds by Tony. Good hands. Eligoma and Cameron Davis. We haven't seen a lot of Davis in this game, as Chukwuka gets a chance to sit down, and same with Tony.
Watching the last game, we know Davis as an athletic, lanky, long defender for this team.
Johnson's played a lot of minutes here. Deep 3 from Morgan. He just has not gotten going. He had a really good first 2 years at Delaware State and just can't get in the flow so far. And he might be a guy pushing a little hard in his first game after sitting out a year.
Yeah, it's always tough when you have to sit out a year.
Gowans drives, stops, kicks Ellison. Plenty of time on the shot clock, and Johnson will set it back up using the screen. Ellison is going to drive. Floater, no good. Rebound, Eligoma. Had his hands on it, and a foul on Youngstown State. So a foul on the Penguins. Panthers up 16 here in Pittsburgh.
Hey, does anyone have a charger? We're dying.
Yeah, just down here.
dying.
Oh no, I'm dying.
I'm dying.
Honoring one of the most legendary voices in Pittsburgh sports history. This Saturday, the first 30,000 Pitt football fans will receive a free Bill Hillgrove bobblehead when Pitt faces Virginia Tech at Heinz Field. Tickets are available at PittsburghPanthers.com right now. And there he is, 50 years. Dick rode alongside for nearly 40 of them, and Curtis Aiken, who used to sit here until Chevy knocked him out into radio. But, man, Curtis always comes dressed, man. Did you see that tie?
Last time I saw him, he was inspiring me to go look the same.
I'm telling you, when we would do TV games together, I just stopped trying to, to catch up to him. His wardrobe is astounding.
Yeah, I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's had a little bit of time. Yeah, you're right about that.
He brings it. Youngstown State basketball trailing by 16. First game for both teams. Youngstown State, good look down low, a head fake and the finish.
Nice old school play.
Chuche. And now some full court pressure. Youngstown State's had a school record for steals last year, and there's one right there. Head fake and a miss by Quisenberry, but a tip up, another offensive rebound, and now Jeff Capel wants a timeout after 4 straight from Youngstown State.
You know, he probably missed that because it was so close to the basket, it wasn't a three-pointer.
Chuke, a couple of buckets there. And 45-33 now, and there you go, that pressure from Youngstown State. And Jeff Capel a little animated there on the sideline. How easy is it when you get a lead like that to drop your guard there for a second?
Very easy, very easy.
So Youngstown State, and credit to them, they battle.
They're scrappy. It's hard to deny them.
I'll say this for this Penguins team. Maybe they're picked 9th in the Horizon League, and Wright State and some other good programs are in that conference. Whenever they take your floor or you play them in Youngstown, you better be prepared for a battle.
Yeah, I mean, still, we go back to this.
And another steal by Youngstown State. Drive by Quisenberry. He's stuck with Eligoma on him. Cathcart is in the corner and gets it back out to Quisenberry. Plenty of time on the clock. You see McGowan's come out for pressure. And it could have been an offensive foul, a little push off, and Eligoma gets the rebound and a foul on a very frustrated Morgan, who's 0 of 6 and 0 of 5 from 3.
Yeah, Pitt is giving the Penguins a little bit of pressure that they're not ready for right now.
Eligoma to the line again. Another opportunity here.
Panthers are taking the control back on their court.
And another miss. Panthers up a dozen. And a near turnover and jump ball will be Penguins basketball as Quisenberry goes down to the floor. Appears that he's okay. We're going to see Tony in the game and Chukwuka back in the game for the Panthers.
You know, the Panthers are starting to show a little bit of dog in them. I would say cat, but, you know, dog goes better.
I gotcha. And that's, of course, off the inbound, so Quisenberry, no backcourt violation. Shot clock at 15. Chuke. Quisenberry. There's Morgan from 3, and finally, Morgan hits a 3.
Back to an 11-point game.
Devin Morgan, the transfer from Delaware State, who's actually recruited to Fairmont.
12.
When Calhoun was there, and another finish. Good look, Chukwuka.
He's just bringing it tonight. And he's not to be denied, the big man spot.
3-pointer by Cathcart, no good. And while you like threes, maybe that's not the one you want. Johnson drives and throws it up and fouled. Foul on Holcomb. Woo, look at that pass.
That was clean. He tried that pass in the exhibition game a couple of times, and it was a little bit too close and too fast. He gave him a little bit of space right there, so he was able to catch it and finish.
And he had the follow through on that pass too. There's some style points to that assist. Johnson misses the free throw.
Well, when you got a little bit of space, you got a little bit of extra room to give it a little pizzazz or flair.
And here's kind of what's surprising for the Panthers: only 6 assists to 14 turnovers.
Well, they're out there rebounding and crashing the board. They're crashing the board. They're getting second chances. They're getting what they want right now. They have control of the game, so they're not afraid.
Lead is 12. Morgan looks to get going, and floater no good. What a tip! What a follow by Holcomb.
Wow, he was over the rim. He was playing volleyball right there.
And McGowan's runs that down. I mean, the athleticism to be able to finish that shot left-handed.
I'm surprised that he was able to do that by looking at him.
Three-pointer from Johnson.
You know what? Johnson is never going to stop. He's going to keep on forcing the action. He's going to keep on being aggressive and attacking the basket from the three-point line all the way to the paint.
Morgan halfway through the shot clock. He's trying to create some space, and little mix-up for the Panthers there. And here comes Johnson the other way, and no one picks him up. Johnson goes the whole way, and Jarrett Calhoun uses their third timeout. (53-38) Panthers. So Youngstown State takes the timeout after the Panthers get it going. Johnson with the three. It's 53-38.
At T-Mobile, $40 gets you an unlimited plan and a new Samsung Galaxy S9 included for every line. This is what you get with your $40 plan at Verizon. Recap: with T-Mobile, you get this. 4 lines, 4 phones for $40. With Verizon, you get this. The choice just got a whole lot more obvious. Get more because you deserve it. Only at T-Mobile.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how's the college visit?
You remembered. It's good.
Does it make the short list?
You remember that, too. Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Knowing what's important to you. It's okay. This is what we've been planning for.
Thanks.
Bye. Bye. That's what's important to us. It's why 7 million investors work with Edward Jones.
Fifth 53-38 Pitt, and Trey McGowan's really leading this, Chevy.
Yeah, he's attacking the basket. They're giving him lanes, and he's just taking full advantage of it. And he looks nice doing it. He's comfortable, and he's in flow.
Just attacks that rim at 6'3", the freshman from Virginia.
And he's not afraid to be aggressive as a freshman.
14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. So he's got 4 of Pitt's 7 assists. So Youngstown State now trying to get back in this. Again, they have the three-point ability, and offensive foul on Cathcart.
Was that Chukwuka again? He took the offensive?
Will be a Panther inbound. No, there are 2 bodies there. Just under 8 minutes to go here in the second half. Panthers up 15. Youngstown State tied it at 27. Pitt went on a big run. Jeff Hathorn and Chevy Troutman here inside the Peterson Events Center. Panthers in the home white, Youngstown State in the red. Both teams opening their season. Youngstown State out of the Horizon League. The Panthers from the ACC. As Johnson, McGowan's, Ellison, Tony Chukwuka against Quisenberry, Cathcart, Morgan, Bohannon, and Holcomb. Johnson hesitating, spinning, losing, but keeping his dribble. Like a globetrotter move.
Yeah.
Johnson's going to drive and blocked by Holcomb.
This guy is not going to stop attacking the basket. It doesn't matter.
Good defense there from Chukwuka there. You see the Panthers. Look at that field goal percentage, Chevy, and nearly as many points with 7.5 to go here in the second half.
Yeah, they settled down, and now they're in flow.
Nice look. Holcomb with the athletic move, fouled by Chukwuka. Tell you what, Holcomb's shown some athleticism here. That follow tip that he had, and then that move down low.
Yeah, sometimes when these guys jump so high, you don't know where they're going to put the ball.
6'9" junior. Holcomb misses the free throw, and Tony goes up high over Bohannon to get it. Holcomb led junior college last year over 4 blocks a game. You know what? He's bringing that game to Division I. Tony looks to slam it home and is fouled. And Holcomb doesn't believe that he fouled him.
The athleticism of these young guys, it's amazing to watch.
Let's see. Ooh, I don't know if there was a foul.
Like I said, you never know what the refs are gonna see or call.
Free throw good by Tony.
Yeah.
No
arm flap.
Now Holcomb said, "You're not making a poster out of me."
He's getting up there, man. He's really getting up there.
All right, Panthers aggressive on the inbound and a foul on Ellison for holding Quisenberry.
I'd be double pumping every time I see Holcomb.
I doubt that.
Maybe a triple.
Inbounds for Youngstown State. Now they're down 15, 7 minutes to go. So far 6 of 33 from 3. Chukwuka over to clear. 3-point opportunity, no good. And what do you know? An offensive rebound and a miss. And Tony grabs the rebound. So another offensive rebound. Alley-oop too high for Ellison. And Penguins come the other way. Morgan around the back. Kicks it to the corner. Quisenberry with Ellison on him. Battle of threes. And Quisenberry loses balance and is able to grab it quickly. Alert play and deep three from Morgan. Offensive rebound Youngstown State. And again they can't finish. And we get a violation or a foul.
I think they might have called
offensive goaltending.
Yeah, they tipped the ball at the hole, maybe. But it was so fast I couldn't tell. They're getting closer to that 50-point shot, or the 50 attempt mark.
Tell you what, they've had some good looks here to cut into this lead, and they've forced some mistakes from the Panthers. They can't finish at the rim right now.
Yeah, they're creating the chaos that they want. They just don't look comfortable out there, and the Panthers keep on taking advantage of it.
Xavier Johnson looks pretty comfortable out there for a freshman.
Man, his motor is high. He's not going to stop. I don't see him stopping for the rest of the game. I remember when I was that young, having a gas tank like that can go forever.
Your tank's still pretty full.
I think I got like 15 to 18 minutes nowadays.
Partially blocked by Ellison, and Ellison unable to block Holcomb rather. And he finishes the lead back to 15 for Pitt. Inbounds to Tony.
The Panthers have to deal with their pressure a little bit better. They threw the ball away a lot today off of easy stuff. Nice shot by Ellison.
Malik Ellison, the three. Lead now at its biggest at 18.
You know, earlier in the game, he would pump fake and get himself into a little bit of trouble or something, but he took that shot clean. It was open in rhythm, and it went straight in.
Morgan, just the rim is unkind to Youngstown State right now. McGowan's drives. The three-point opportunity.
And one, baby.
You see the bench's reaction to Trey McGowan's.
It reminds me of the old school number 2, the and one king.
Trey McGowan's from South Carolina, but went to high school, went to Hargrave Military Academy in Virginia. Man, nice finish. And the bench is up. Shamil Stevenson back in the game for the Panthers.
It's hard to slow down a player when he gets in rhythm and he feels confident. And McGowan's showing that tonight.
And Tony over the back. That's foul 5 on Pitt.
This combo guard that they have with McGowan and Johnson is putting a lot of pressure on the Penguins tonight.
(62-42) Panthers. Youngstown State shooting just 17% from 3. Panthers just 22%, and foul on Shamil Stevenson as Taylor drove to the line or to the lane, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I don't see the Penguins not shooting any more threes. They're going to start the game shooting, and they're going to finish. Like I said before, they're going to live and die by the three-point shot tonight.
We've seen Jared Calhoun. No one in this program has been at Youngstown State more than 2 years, which is remarkable. They do have 6 juniors and a senior, but they're transfers. As Calhoun, a disciple of Bob Huggins, and you can see that in the way this team plays. They're trying to build back this Youngstown State program.
Yeah, I see a lot of promise in this team. They're out here competing. They're never going to give up. And they're not afraid. They're not afraid to play. Go out.
Gowans to Stevenson, can't finish. Tony's there to finish, though. Tony with 10 and 8 rebounds. And good D by Stevenson. Good hustle to keep it alive to Cameron Davis.
That's the second effort right there.
That's a guy fighting for minutes, too, in Stevenson.
Yeah, he's just trying to show that he can compete and contribute. And every time that he... Nice dunk. Nice dunk. Nice pass,
Tony
nice play.
With the dunk that travels up and around over the rim and in.
Yeah, he did a fingertip dunk right there. Sometimes people don't count that as a dunk. In my book, every dunk is a dunk. Fingertips or fingernails.
Peterson, who had a big first half, really quiet here in the second half. Ball out of bounds. Trey McGowan's somehow gets that to fall. 15 points for the freshman as the Panthers lead 66-44 here in the second half.
Artificial intelligence helps us meet the needs of tomorrow, today.
By 2050, we need to produce 60% more food. So how do we feed the world without wrecking the planet? Using Microsoft AI, we make predictions about when to plant, when to irrigate, and when to harvest. Now we can reduce waste and produce more food.
Artificial intelligence helps us change the way we feed the world.
You don't just want easy. You want streaming all your favorite Netflix shows on fast internet easy. You want internet that helps you save on mobile easy. You want the best Wi-Fi you can pause with a tap. See? Easy. You want Xfinity because it makes your life simple, easy, awesome.
Get a special offer on Xfinity Internet, TV, and Voice for just $79.99 a month for 2 years. Plus, get DVR service free for a year. Click, call, or visit a store today.
Freshman Xavier Johnson, 16 points, 6 assists. Johnson also has 5 rebounds. And what is it about these freshmen, Chevy, and the way they've contributed early?
I think that before they're getting to college, they're prepared better. They're doing individuals. They're doing specific things geared for themselves to prepare their bodies for this.
And these guys are built. I mean, I remember when freshmen used to come in like twigs.
Yeah, I came in at 230, and in my first year, I gained 10 pounds. But it wasn't the same kind of weight that these guys are coming in. They're shredded coming in.
And shot clock violation. Hampton tried to get it off in time driving the lane, but couldn't. I mean, I had the freshman 15. Is that the same thing that you're talking about or not?
I had like the freshman 9 or 12.
It's easy, man. You're away from school for the first time and fast food options.
Well, it was more we had to eat because we needed the gas in the tank.
There you go. Oh, steal by McGowans. McGowans is going to drive and score 17 for McGowans.
This guy's out here playing his butt off on both ends of the court.
The score may not be as indicative of how tight this game was for about 30 minutes. But Pitt's done a nice job of closing this one, and a foul on McGowans as I say that. As his active hands. Woo. And he pickpockets his own number.
He's definitely not afraid to play defense, I'll tell you that. I like this kid. Or I should say young man, this young man.
68-45. You see the Panthers 41 points in the second half as Taylor makes the shot. Stevenson and McGowans go out, and Chukwuka and Tony back in. Number really of key contributors in this game, Chevy, at different times. Chukwuka was a big one. The points may not show it. 6 and 8 rebounds, but
yeah, he's down there doing the blue collar work that most people don't get credit for, but he's out there playing his butt off for this team.
Endear behind the back, still dribbling. Ellison head fake and a travel on Ellison.
You know, when he's catching this in rhythm, he's got to start shooting this because they're giving it to him.
Sometimes coaches have the best reactions, and Jared Calhoun's mentor Bob Huggins may be the top of that list. 3 deep and a 4-point opportunity for Hampton. And substitution for the Panthers. McGowan's back in. And Xavier Johnson as well.
With 1 minute and 48 seconds to go, they're still going to shoot a 3. I promise you.
Hampton's free throw, a 4-point play for Youngstown State.
Wow.
Xavier Johnson. Tony. Panthers just running some clock here. And Tony, 3. Adis Tony gets his own rebound, kicks it back out, and look at Cam Davis kicking it back out to run some more clock.
Smart play, smart play.
So, Chevy, what is it you liked about what Pitt has done here tonight?
They stayed confident in what they was trying to do today, and they gave effort. They gave you energy that you didn't see in this building for a while. It's been a while. It's nice to see. I'll tell you that.
5 on the shot clock. There is a deep 3 from Johnson. No good. Here comes Hampton the other way. And while Youngstown State has the ball, how about for the Penguins? What do you think they showed their coach tonight?
Well, they should have the never give up attitude. I mean, they're still playing hard, and they're trying to gel. Like again, they said that the players only been here 2 years, and they're just trying to find themselves.
City Endear, and shaking his hand is Xavier Johnson.
Johnson plays with a reckless abandon, so you know he's going to have some bumps and bruises after every game.
Is there anything that can prepare a freshman for the physicality of D1 basketball?
Well,
Chukwuka drives the lane and can't get it to go, but will go to the line.
I would say the weight room. The weight room is the key factor. These guys have they probably have 2 opportunities during the day, whatever their schedule is, to come up here and pump some iron. But some players like it, some players don't.
We're going to see a substitution for the Panthers, and you're going to hear the zoo erupt as Chukwuka misses the first free throw, and Anthony Starzinski, the junior from Baldwin High School here in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh native in the building.
Chance for him to get in the game. And Chukwuka makes the free throw, and Samson George will check in for the first time.
We're going to see which one of these 2 guys are going to get the last shot of the game.
Crossover spin, and lefty shot almost goes in. A good effort there from the Penguins. Ball out of bounds. Youngstown State has it with 10.9 to go here in the opener.
These guys are competing to the last second.
Each team with 44 rebounds. Panthers 10 points and 16 turnovers. Three-pointer good by Hampton, and Hampton now with 15.
How many threes is that tonight?
The Panthers don't even have to cross the timeline. They will, and that'll do it here in Pittsburgh. And Jeff Capel now 8-2 in career season openers. And what really jumped out to you here? We mentioned some of the things they worked on, but what really did you like about this game?
Well, at the beginning of the game, they were a little bit nervous, and it was nice to see them work themselves into a nice rhythm that they can continue throughout the game.
Panthers 1-0 on the season. For Chevy Troutman, I'm Jeff Hathorn saying so long from Pittsburgh, where the final score is Pitt 69, Youngstown State 53. All games airing on the ESPN networks or streaming live on the ESPN app. To watch this game on replay as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.